Hey, how's it going? Welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna do a project cover-up, and the topic of conversation will be Furio and its upcoming launch. Now I say conversation because we're friends, right? So we're a bunch of guys sitting together talking about something we're passionate about, cryptocurrencies, and no one is giving anyone financial advices. So yeah, it's one of those days where you would want to build your passive income stack in order to get back into the market, since we are in a bear wave right now. And I think Furio will, with what they have coming up, could be potentially a pretty good choice from that perspective. So yeah, we're gonna talk about a few things in this video. I'm not gonna overwhelm you, no worries, just a small overview. Now of course, if you want to get a comprehensive a more comprehensive look, I would suggest you to go to the website and so on and so forth, check all the details. The team is very good, they have everything over there, and details on the white paper. They also have guidelines and tutorials on how to start from scratch. So how to buy your first crypto, how to transfer it to a wallet, etc, etc. Now what I'm gonna be talking about today is just highlighting a few things when it comes to the system, and hopefully give you an idea of what to expect when the launch will happen, and yeah, give you an outlook on the near future vision of the team. And hopefully by the end of it, you'll be having your own opinion to decide if you want to jump in or not. Oh yeah, so this one you don't want to miss. Let's roll. So essentially what we're going to be touching base on today is, like I said, a few elements of what makes this project, stand out from the rest. So first things first, the token itself, Fur, is coupled with USDC. And that alone will make it less affected by the market volatility, especially the one that we're experiencing today, since USDC is a stablecoin. Also after that, we're gonna check the vault. So the vault is a place to store the Fur token and earn a daily return on investment. The Furswap is where the token, so the Fur token, can be purchased with a 0% tax. Now the difference is in the PancakeSwap liquidity pool, you're gonna have to pay 10% tax on purchases. However, when you sell, you have to pay 10% on both the native swap and PancakeSwap. Next, we're gonna talk about the referral system, right? So this is a system that incentivizes team building, right? And is geared toward team creation. The dynamic ROI, we're selling, so there are a few things. It's not very static where you earn a certain percentage per day. So that dynamic ROI incentivizes you basically to not sell constantly and drain the system. That's very important. And last but not least, we're gonna talk about the fast program, which is something introduced by the core team itself, and there are a few advantages if a team decides to join this program. And towards the end, just take a small outlook about the pre-sales that already occurred, because they were doing rounds, so not all in once. How much they plan to raise overall, when can we expect the launch, etc, etc. So starting with what perhaps is the most, incentivized oriented utility that would allow participants, to jump into the project. And yeah, I decided to map all of this together, all of these elements, to give you a nice visual representation. So the vault is basically a place where you store safely your purchased Fur tokens in order to earn a certain percentage on a daily basis, and that is up to 2.5% daily return. It's not quite that, because like I said, there's a dynamic ROI which we're gonna be checking a bit later on. But yeah, you can earn up to that So once you purchase your FUR, you deposit them, they are taken out of circulation, put into a vault, and that number is your deposits now, and you're gonna earn that percentage based on this. So yeah, the small chart flow here will show you that you purchase USDC, you take them to Furswap, you get FUR, put it into the vault, you add them, and then if you want to claim and sell, you do the same. And the tax is, like I said, 10% in if you're buying through PancakeSwap. So on buys, 0 on the DEX, then the sales are 10% anywhere. Then you have to pay another 10% when you deposit into the vault, okay? And then when you claim, you also pay another 10%. And the compound feature, so if you add, so whatever you generated on a daily basis, if you add them back to your deposits, you pay 5% tax on that amount itself. So that's very important, as all of these taxes are going to either go to liquidity, or they will be burnt, or by burnt I mean completely taken out of circulation, or going to the vault, a tax vault, where this tax vault would be paying out those daily dividends. So yeah, so like I said, there's a native DEX Furswap that would allow you 0% buy-in once you do. So this incentivizes the use of this platform. And since the liquidity is paired with USDC, so the volatility, right, is more or less stable from perspective of, at least if the market tanks, we're not going to be affected from the liquidity pairing. But of course, in generally speaking, people tend to sell anywhere, whatever they can. So yeah, and all of this added up on the fact that there's a 1 million maximum supply of tokens that's gonna be starting up. And then when people buy and deposit, this 1% maximum supply will be reduced, right? And like I said, there's a division when it comes to the taxes. So 1% of all of these buys and sells, right, will be taken out of circulation, completely burned out. 2% will be added to liquidity. So that gives us a 7% difference to complete the 10%, and that's going to be added to the tax vault. But otherwise, the compounds, the deposits are all added to the tax vault. And the cool thing here is that you don't need another token in order to basically start a team. You have to buy the FUR token. And that is through buying specific NFTs that would enable you to get referral rewards. But that we're going to be checking quite soon. Like literally once we move on with the element explanation. And that gives us, right, what we were discussing about earning those referral rewards. So if I'm a person who wants to start a team, my team wallet would be called as such if I have 5 people with me, right, as part of my team. So yeah, that's very important. If I would want to earn those referral rewards, like I said, I need to purchase an NFT. And in order to do that, I need FUR token. That's the only way for me to be able to access this NFT. And the cool thing here is that as long as FUR appreciates, the accessibility of this NFT becomes more scarce. And since they added the limit to the number of NFTs, so 10,000, meaning at some point if everyone purchased them from the ecosystem, then if, let's say, someone else would wanna start a team, that they would have to go on the open marketplace and purchase it, which gives you a more scarce, right, factor added to the NFT part. And yeah, there's the downline right here, so from layer 1 all the way to 15, and how many NFTs one would need to hold. And one NFT would cost you 5 FUR tokens. Just to keep that in mind. And when it comes to taxes, so you would be earning as a team leader a certain percentage on deposits, 10%. So whatever they deposit, you get 10%. And whatever they compound, you get 5%. But it's not a straight line method. So if, for example, I get the first deposit as a team leader, the next one you make will go to my team leader, and so on and so forth, and then it resets from the bottom and it goes up again. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. It's similar to Drip, if you're familiar with that project, since it basically started, you know, the whole wave of ROI platforms, but to each his own. So I'm very happy that each one of these platforms is bringing something new to the game, an extra layer of sustainability, and that's, you know, that incentivizes competition and all of these platforms, so they could, you know, keep up and have a long-term vision. They should always improve upon what they're bringing to the game. And those are the tables that I was referring to when it comes to dynamic ROI. So you can get up to 2.5%, but if you're a bad actor, if you're someone who sells constantly, that daily percentage of yours is gonna drop dramatically. You can clearly see the difference between being a positive participant and a negative participant. So by positive, I mean you are claiming less than you are compounding, right? So that could reach what, starting from 7.0. I'm talking about a week time frame. So that 2.5% will be only there if you compound every day. So if you just claim once a week, you will drop to 2.25%. Twice a week, also 2.25, and then 3 times a week, 2%. So as long as you remain positive, you can get up to 2%. Neutral means, yeah, like half-half, then you also get 2%. But then once you drop back down to becoming a negative participant, so you claim more than you compound, then you drop drastically. Like you can clearly see that there's almost a 50% drop when it comes to reward percentage. So from 2% to 1% if you claim more than you compound. And then if you're just claiming, then it's 0.5%. Yeah, that's one of the good things here. So it technically doesn't force you really, but it basically guides you towards, you know, being a good player towards the ecosystem and the community, whilst earning a nice daily ROI and having this long-term, you know, perspective, whereas you enter the project just to drain it up in 1 week, 2 weeks, maybe a month, and then think you're gonna make $1 million from $1,000. But it's not gonna work this way, unfortunately, if that's your goal. So yeah, this is one of the things that I really appreciate that the team brought up. So yeah. And the fast part that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, so this is a program, a specific program that was launched by the team in order to incentivize team building and to create big teams within the Furio ecosystem. And in order to do that, you need to be at least 30 people, right, in one team. You need to fill out a form. You need to basically submit your team members, your team leader, right? You need to talk to the core team, and if you are recognized as a fast team, there are a few benefits that will be given to the team leader and subsequently to you, right, as a team member. And yeah, there are some benefits like getting NFTs for more downline rewards, like extra airdrops, and then that will be subsequently be given to you because there's a small clause at least 75% of what the dev wallet gives the team leader has to be given to team members, or else you're no longer part of Fast. And the team will basically create links for you, add your Telegram link, so subsequently giving you free advertising on their website, on their Telegram, in order for you to be visible for when new players come in. They would have all the links of all the teams, so they can choose based on past performance of the team, how the community is, etc., etc. When it comes to the timeline of the upcoming launch, just keep in mind that, as per what I mentioned, there has been several raises so far, pre-sale raises, and yeah, So 3 of them already happened, so they're sold out. The first one, since, you know, like early adapters are taking the highest risks, they were only paying 0.5 USDC per token. So basically they were paying 250 max per wallet and they were getting 500 Fur tokens. Now the second one, since, you know, like it's less risk avert, meaning they're paying 1.5 USDC and they were able to max out at 1.5 USDC per wallet. Third one at 1.75. And the fourth one, which is an upcoming pre-sale, so you still have a chance of getting a pretty good price, is on the 31st of May. And you're gonna have to be paying 2.5 USDC per token. And maximum 500 per wallet, right? And the launch price is gonna be 2.5 USDC, just FYI. So same price as the latest pre-sale that's gonna be happening, but at least you're guaranteed that price. As if you buy at launch, most likely you won't even touch 2.5 or even $3. So yeah, it's very important to keep that in mind. But however, the launch date is still to be decided. So I'm not sure. I'm glad the team is taking its time assessing the market, right? Building up. And just to summarize quickly, if you add all the pre-sale raises up until the last one that's gonna be happening, the team would have collected 856,250 USDC, so even less than $1 million. And in order to, you know, build a strong foundation to ROI platforms, you actually need a strong liquidity. So that's a good sign. If you're jumping into a project that has a small raise, right, and doesn't really give much time to the whole ecosystem to build out and is not patient with investors, so you have to ask yourself, like, do I really want to be here? Because every buy and sell will shift the price drastically, so it's not really good to have a small raise and a small liquidity. Plus, from what I know, it's not going to be all added to the liquidity. Some of it will also go to the dividend pool, so the tax vault, where it pays your daily dividend. So the allocation is quite different, but what remains is the fact that they are raising enough, so not too much and not too little, to have a small layer of sustainability. But of course, that doesn't mean that there won't be many things to look forward to in the near future to add more to that sustainability layer. This is just the beginning. Alright, so that's it from me today. I really hope you enjoyed the video somehow and I didn't bore you with all the information that I was giving you. Now, even though this might be a lot, right, to process in a short period, but trust me, there's so much more. If you go on the website and navigate it, you're gonna find all the detailed stuff about whatever I just spoke. And I'm gonna leave links in the description below, so about everything, so the website, the white paper, the project's Telegram, the announcement channel, our Telegram, so my team's Telegram, so you can come chit chat with us, ask questions, so feel free to do that if you're not in the project yet. And I really hope I'm gonna catch you in the next one. So there will be many more crypto related videos to come up soon, project cover-ups and insights on what the market is doing. As always, trade responsibly and take care of your finances. Thanks for watching.